Welcome to Spiritual Success, the podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia Stant. As a dedicated student of metaphysics, I have skillfully honed my intuition, mastered the art of meditation, and cultivated a disciplined spiritual practice that has led me to become a multi-seven-figure top sales producer. Today, I work with thousands of business professionals, entrepreneurs, and their teams to up-level their sales game and create magic in their business and life. On this show, you will see that all success truly happens when you authentically align with your intuition. So come, be vulnerable, be open-minded, and allow success to pour through you here on Spiritual Success. Hello, successful souls. Okay, so today we're gonna play a game, and you may or may not like it. This is a game that will help you to become conscious of your subconscious. So what are we talking about here? A very good example of your conscious becoming part of your subconscious. Do you remember when you first started driving? Or maybe even tying your shoes? Let's talk about driving. When you first started driving, you remember getting to the car, and you would sit down, you would take a big breath, you would probably wipe off the sweat off your brow, you would adjust your mirrors, you would put your seatbelt on, you'd look all around the car, you would then take another big breath, and you would put the car in reverse and slowly back up and look, and then fidget with the throttle a little bit, and then move it, and then put it into drive, and now we're off. You know, now you get into that car, you sling in, and you're out of the driveway within seconds, right? You can buckle your shoes and tie and do all these things at once. Tying shoes, as I was talking about that. Tying shoes, when you were little, it's like loop, swoop, and pull, I think. Or is it bunny ears? Damn it, bunny ears. Is it bunny ear, pull? You could never remember. But the more and more you did it, consistency and repetition, of course, is the key to your success. And as you did that, what happened was it then becomes second nature for you. I don't know about you, but I can tie two boys' shoes at once while juggling, working with a client. Not that I would do that, but I'm just saying it's possible. You can do so many things, and the more and more you do it, you become a master. So that is an example of how something that really took a lot of conscious effort in the beginning then became part of your subconscious. When something becomes part of your subconscious, it almost becomes autopilot. There's so many different things that our subconscious automatically does, but we never really ask it why. And that's why it's important to become conscious of your subconscious, because there's a lot of things that you're doing that are self-sabotaging all the time, and they're not helping you to be in alignment with her. That's right, your inner feminine beast, the version of you that has the courage, the power, the strength, and clarity to get shit done and to see it through. So what I want you to focus on today is the what if game. Now, when we were little, the number one thing that we were told all the time is that word no. No, you're not tall enough yet. No, go ask your father. No, you're not old enough. No, you're not pretty enough. You're not wealthy enough. No. All these things. No. That's mommy's wine. Don't touch. My mom still says that to me. So the thing is, no is this thing that we've heard. And it's interesting because as adults, we look for the no before we allow ourselves to experience the yes. We automatically search for no's because we trained our brain to do that. We don't realize it, but now it's part of our subconscious and it's on autopilot. So when you want something to happen and you desire it, you almost stop yourself because of things that are unbeknownst to you happening in your subconscious. But here's the thing, you are the CEO of your life. You need to bring awareness to this and you need to correct it. It's up to you because everything's happening for you, by you, nothing's happening to you. So when I say, what is your goal? Where do you want to be? And you tell me, well, this is where I want to be. I say, okay, well, let's talk about getting there. And you're like, how? And when you say how, you almost get overwhelmed and you have a lot of pressure put on you, because when you play the what if game, it almost always goes to being hard, to being scary, to costing a lot, to whatever it is. But is that really true? Or is that just a belief you told yourself because you're looking in the rear mirror? You're looking in the past for evidence. You need to understand, not only are you the CEO of your life, you're also the director. And what I mean by that is that you write the script. You hire the actors, you fire the actors. This is your creation. And if that doesn't seem true to you, it's because you haven't committed to it. You have to commit to this practice, because remember, where you're at right now isn't who you are, it's who you were. Right now, where you're at is the result of your past actions, your past thoughts, and your past feelings. This is where it got you. But the good thing is, if you want something different, you can change it. But here's the thing, if you want to change the physical realm, this is the very last phase of manifestation. You need to explore the other realms, which is going to be the mental realm and the spiritual realm. And what I want you to do is just dream, to play with curiosity, to postulate, to feel the joy of something that could be. But it's not yet. That's no. If you can dream it, you can do it. Right? That's what Disney said. If you can imagine it, it is real. If you're experiencing it in your mind, but of course it's real, how else could you experience it? I want you to get in the habit of playing what if. Every night before I go to bed, I dream about the things I want to achieve. And I think about the things I'm working on right now. And I train my brain to be disciplined and look for the positive in everything. So when I say, I want to launch this new program, I don't say, but what if nobody buys? And what if I don't get ready in time? And what if, I embarrass myself and I completely blank out when I go live? And what if? No, that is not feeding your beast. That is literally feeding doubt. I want you to starve the doubt and feed your beast. What if 30 beautiful women say yes, and I create an everlasting impact, and I shine my light so bright, and I channel my divinity, and I have God as my partner, and we create such a beautiful ripple effect that leaves a legacy and impacts thousands of people? What if I have a lot of fun doing it? What if I build so much wealth by doing it? Because when I give, I'm allowed to receive. What if this inspires the next thing and I get noticed doing this? What if will challenge you and will help you to understand where you're at in your mental game. Everything you do is an investment. Everything you think is an investment. Your time is an investment. Your relationships are investments. But seriously, your thoughts are investments. Are you spending and depleting and feeding the doubt? Or are you owning your power and standing in your truth and working towards becoming closer and closer to her, aligning with her? When you think about investing, it's always about getting a return. And when you think about investing and making decisions, you always have to ask yourself, is this in alignment with my end goal? When I think, what if it doesn't work out? Is that aligning with my end goal? Or what if it goes amazing as something better? That obviously does. So it's really important to play the what if game. And the next time you catch yourself, just remember, it's you, the boss, the shot caller, the CEO. You're the person that needs to shift. The more and more you can shift your perspective, the more control you have of your thoughts. Therefore, your thoughts no longer control you. I always say that I'm, going from point A to point B, and this is where I am and where I want to go. And sometimes if you get a little distracted or off your game, you might go on the side of the road and you'll hit those little bumps, right? Boom, 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 boom. What happens? Do you completely spiral out and look for the negative and look off your path and get unfocused and literally end up in a ditch? Or do you grab the wheel because you're the one behind it, you're the driver, and you steer back on and you stay committed and focused and just realign? It's up to you. So I need you to really play with curiosity, have fun imagining, and it all starts with a thought. All actions, you first had to think about it before you did it. Right now, if I said stand up and go get a glass of water, you had to think about getting the glass of water before you actually did it. So let's start thinking about how we want things to be and how we want to write the script, so we understand what actions we need to take. And when you surrender, I promise you, the more and more successful you become, the more you have to surrender to the support of spirit and understand that you will get guidance. You will have support. You're supported mentally, financially, spiritually, energetically, all the ways, unconditionally and entirely. But you have to give clarity in the direction that you want. Whatever you focus on is where the momentum goes. Whatever you prioritize is what you energize. Make sure that you are focusing on what you want, because you will get more of that. So if you keep focusing on what if and it doesn't go where you want, you're just going to attract crap. If you want to attract the visions and the possibilities and the opportunities, focus on the joy of playing with what if. Use your imagination. It's key to your success. So what I like to do is I have a journal. I have several journals, by the way. Somebody actually asked me this today, one of my VIP clients, Natalia. Hi, Natalia. Little shout out. She was asking me about the different journals that I have. Just, I don't get super structured when it comes to my journals because it's my area where I can just surrender and not put a lot of thought. The whole reason I have journals is so that I can brain dump and get out of my head. And I also like journaling because it shows your ego that you can take something from the mental and put it into physical within seconds. It shows that it's possible and it creates space to receive more insight. So I have a journal that I keep next to my bed, and this is my postulate journal. It's the one where I, write the end result as if though it already happened, and I play the what if game. And I do this every single night before I fall asleep so that I fall asleep into my subconscious, because my subconscious doesn't know the difference between being awake and being asleep. So I fall asleep, and whatever you dream or think of last is what you mostly dream about. So if you experience the things you want in your dreams, in real life, it feels like, well, but of course this should happen because I've experienced so much while I'm sleeping that it feels like it should be happening while I'm awake too. So that's how that works with that journal. And then I have one that's my business journal. Oh my goodness, I go through at least one of these a month, but that's everything from my to-do list, from conversations I have with my sales teams, from connection call notes, ideas that I have, notes from working with my mentors. I put those together. And then I also have a meditation journal that I journal with. Whenever I meditate, I always have an intention. I do everything in life intentionally. I want to make sure that I'm always showing up with purpose. So I put an intention before I meditate. And then whatever, comes to me during, I journal about after. I don't ever stop during the meditation, by the way, to journal. And then what happens also is I keep a journal inside my big purse that I carry around with me, because if I think of something, I want to write it down. If I'm inspired, I want to put it down. Yeah, you could do it on your phone, but there's something really magical about casting the information from your mind into the physical through your own body, I feel like. So I enjoy having something to write on whenever possible. So just a little insight on that as well. So that's the what if game. I'd love to have you challenged to do that. Start doing it and catch yourself, bring awareness. That's why I always say acknowledge it, embrace it, see it through. The first step is always acknowledging and catching yourself and bringing awareness to where you're at now, so we can figure out where we are, what we can do different, and pivot in order to get to where we want to be. So bringing awareness to where your mental space is at now is super going to help. And then challenge yourself to start looking for the positive. Get in the habit, train yourself to look for the positive, because then that'll become part of your subconscious, where it becomes, but of course, this is how I do things. So I'm excited to hear the feedback on this. If you're a member inside the Spiritual Success sorority, definitely let me know that you listened to this episode. Share this with a friend if you're loving it. And, ask me any questions there. Remember, we're here to dedicate episodes to members based off what we know you want to hear about, not what we think you want to hear about. As a lovely reminder too, if you're ever interested in working with me, we do have this Spiritual Success Experience 12-month program where we're open enrollment to those who are ready to really up level in success. So if you're interested in having group coaching with me, definitely reach out to my team member, Karina Cynthia Team. She's our community manager inside the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group, where she can answer all your questions about how that would work and to let you know if it'd be a good fit. So in the meantime, while you're playing with the what if, definitely make sure, acknowledge it, embrace it, and see it through. See you later, Successful Soul.
Hey, Successful Soul. Before you head to the next episode of Spiritual Success, be sure to come join me and other like-minded entrepreneurs and business professionals in my Facebook group called Spiritual Success Sorority. Everyone is welcome. And if you're loving the show, you're going to love the group even more. There, I'll be engaging with you weekly in live shows, listening to your input for new weekly topics, and hosting exclusive workshops for members only. So if you're looking to really up-level your financial and personal success, meet me on over in the Spiritual Success Sorority Facebook group. See you on the inside.